We all see what's going on. The world feels, well, it feels pretty unstable right now. You turn on the news, you see the headlines about airspace closures, you hear about supply chain problems, security alerts, and it's totally natural to feel a bit concerned. And if you're working right here in the UAE, on a construction site, in logistics, in any of our key industries, you've probably asked yourself, so what does all this mean for my safety at work, for my team's safety? Well, that is exactly what we're going to get into today.
Right, let's just start with the reality of it all. The news is full of some pretty unsettling stuff, and it's okay to feel a bit worried. But these aren't just headlines happening somewhere else. They create ripples, and those ripples can absolutely reach us right here on our work site.
And this isn't just speculation. This is an official warning from a major international group, the European Union Aviation Safety Agency. They're saying the entire region's airspace, including ours, is high risk. Now, what does that mean? It immediately affects travel, logistics, and the movement of all the people and materials your project depends on.
And it's not just what's happening in the sky. It's on the seas, too. Critical shipping routes are being affected, and a headline like this just shows you how fast things can change. For a massive logistics hub like Dubai, that means delays, rerouting, and some serious disruptions to the supply chains that bring us our equipment and materials.
And this one, well, this one really brings it all home, doesn't it? This isn't happening thousands of miles away. An incident right here, in Abu Dhabi, shows that the effects of all this instability can be immediate. They can be tangible. It brings the reality of it right to our doorstep.
Okay, so it's easy to feel overwhelmed by all this. And you know what? That's fair. We can't control the big headlines. We can't control international events. But, and this is the most important part, we absolutely can control our own environment at work. We can control our procedures to keep ourselves and our colleagues safe. This is where we take our power back.
So how does that work? How does a news alert from halfway around the world actually become a hazard on a construction site in Jebel Ali? Well, the link is a lot clearer than you might think, and it really all comes down to us, to the human factor.
Think about it. When we're stressed, when we're worried about things we can't control, maybe it's family back home, maybe it's the security situation, our mind just isn't 100% on the job. We get distracted, we feel tired, not just physically, but mentally. And when a shipment is late, we feel that pressure to rush and make up for lost time. These are all perfectly normal human reactions, but on a work site, they can create brand new dangers.
Let's make this super practical. A supply chain disruption? Okay, that means the special material you always use isn't available. A substitute arrives, but is your team trained on it? Does it have different safety risks? A route closure. That means a truck driver has been on the road for an extra 3 hours, in the heat, and now he's arriving at your site completely exhausted. A security alert? That means new rules at the gate. But does everybody know them? Or is someone just going to wave their friend through like they always do? You see? These small changes create big risks.
So what do? We don't just worry. We make a plan. We use one of the best tools we have in our safety toolkit, a simple, straightforward risk assessment. This is how we take back control and manage these new challenges before they become incidents.
And the process is really simple, something you can always remember. Identify, assess, control, and review. It's a cycle. It just keeps going. First, we look for what's new or different. Then, we figure out how it could possibly hurt someone. We put a sensible control in place to stop it. And finally, and this is so important, we check back to make sure our fix is actually working. And hey, let's be honest. The term risk assessment sounds like a big pile of paperwork, right? Forget that. All it is really is taking a fresh look around the worksite and asking a simple question. What could go wrong here, and have we done enough to stop it? It's a practical conversation, not a form-filling exercise.
So where do you start looking? First, check your physical environment. Have the delivery routes on site changed, creating new blind spots for drivers? If schedules are changing, are we now working longer hours in the summer heat? And what about your tools and materials? That new piece of equipment from a different supplier? Has it been inspected properly? Does everyone on the team know how to use it safely? Next, and just as important, we have to look at our people and our procedures. Are we short-staffed, leading to more guys working alone? How are we managing that risk? And how are we actually checking in on each other? A simple, genuine, "Hey man, how you doing today?" can make all the difference. We've got to review our emergency plans, test our radios, and make sure every single person, from the security guard at the gate to the project manager, knows the latest rules. And this brings me to maybe the most critical point of all. Safety isn't just the manager's job. It's not just the safety officer's job. It is everyone's responsibility.
It only works when we all commit to being part of the team.
Look, it's a partnership, a two-way street. Your employer has a duty to do the risk assessments, update the plans, and provide the right training. But you have a duty too. Your eyes and ears on the ground are a best defense. If you see something that doesn't feel right, you have to speak up. If there's a new procedure, you have to follow it. And please, look after your mates. If you see a colleague is tired or stressed, have a word. That's what a team does.
So let's bring this all together. At the end of the day, what's the big takeaway here? It all comes down to one powerful idea. Safety starts with us.
Yeah, the world outside the site gates can feel pretty chaotic. We can't always control that. But inside these gates, this is our space. This can be a place of control, a place of certainty, and a place of safety. And we do that by getting back to the basics, by talking to each other, and most importantly, by looking out for one another.
And let's never, ever forget why we're having this conversation. Safety isn't some abstract idea. It's not about the paperwork or the rules. It's about one thing, making sure that at the end of every single shift, every single one of us gets to go home safely to our families, to the life we're all working for. That is what we are here to protect.
So I'm going to leave you with one final question to take with you today. Based on everything we've talked about, what is one new risk? One little change that you will consciously look for when you get to your site tomorrow? Just think about that, because finding it and doing something about it is the first step to keeping everyone safe.
Thank you so much for your time and for your focus on safety. It's the most important thing we do.
If you found this session helpful, please go ahead and like it and subscribe to the ITeachSafety page. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss out on future content. All right? Stay aware, stay focused, and above all, stay safe.